Hello everybody. The topic for today, what makes a perfect sales call, right? I'm going to try and do justice to this in a maximum of 15 minutes. Now that's probably pushing it. I'm going to try and do the best I can because it's something I could talk about all darn day, right? So the key point is this. I want to give you maybe 7 points for you to look at that will help you, hopefully, with your next sales appointment. All right. And by the way, one thing you need to do right up front, even though I use this in the topic, right? What makes a perfect sales call? Don't think of it as a sales call. Think of it as a sales conversation. That is critical, okay? You make sure you have a conversation, and in that conversation, prepare yourself for this. Your prospect is going to do twice as much talking, at least, than you are. In fact, if they can do 80% of the talking, that's even better, or even 90%. You just be the darn listener, okay? My name is Peter Beckenham, the village marketer, and as always, talking to you from my little Thai village, way up near the Cambodian border. Okay, so what makes a perfect sales call? Well, to start with, let's go through the preparation before you even have the sales conversation. 2 points I want you to make. One, do your research. Do your research and make sure that you are talking to the right type of person for your business. In other words, qualify them. You can't be everything to everybody, and you shouldn't. Value your time. So before you get into the sales conversation, make sure your conversation is with the right type of person, okay? Do your research, qualify and disqualify your prospects, and make sure you put value on your time. Secondly, when you've got to the point when you've qualified the people and you think, yes, this is the type of person I think I can help, and yes, this could be a good fit for me, then what you do is you can do 2 things, right? You can actually send them a calendar link, okay, to set up a time, the best time to talk to you, either on Zoom or Skype or on the telephone, whatever it is. But some people don't like that, okay? They much rather a bit more personal. So instead, what you could do is simply say, are you open to having a talk with me? Are you open? Not are you interested? Are you open? And if so, what time next week is best for you? Would it be Monday or Friday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, okay? And then from then you say, okay, Tuesday or Wednesday is morning or afternoon better for you. So you're tying that way, okay? Then when you've got a decision, say it's Wednesday afternoon, say, okay, I'll send you my calendar link and we'll make sure we log in Wednesday afternoon, okay? And I look forward to talking with you. So that's the first thing to get the best out of your sales conversation. Do the preparation and be talking to the right person. The second one is to actually make the connection and to start building the rapport, okay? Here is a great question that I learned from Dan Locke, okay? That you can start any sales conversation with, all right? And this is what it is. Tell me, I'll pick someone, Wayne Harmsworth, I think I always pick on you, Wayne, sorry. Wayne, tell me, what motivated you to meet with me today? What motivated you to meet with me today? And after questions like this, an open-ended question, you shush. And you wait for them to talk to you. You are getting them engaged, right? You are getting them, building rapport with them and trying to get connection with them. Now, when it comes to the next stage, which is engagement, this is what I suggest you do. You've built some rapport, and by the way, you keep building rapport right through the conversation. Because remember, these days, most people are quite skeptical. They've given you the opportunity, they've taken a huge chance with you in giving you an opportunity to talk with them rather than message to them on Facebook, for example. So don't blow it by being too quick or too over anxious, right? What you need to do is this. When you get to engage with them, you say to them, look, I've got an agenda for us. Do you mind if I share what it is? In other words, you look and sound professional. And you say to them, I want to set an agenda because time is valuable to both you and me. And let me share what it is with you. And if that's in agreement with you, then we'll go through it together, okay? And then you set up and you give them the agenda. And basically within the agenda, what you're saying to them is this. Look, for the next 15 minutes or whatever time you've got, for the next 15 minutes, I want to totally focus on you. Okay, I want to hear your story. I want to know where you are right now. Okay, and I want to explore that, because then I want to understand you even more. Okay, and if that's the case, perhaps there may be something I can come up with. I don't know. But at the end of 15 minutes, I will then say to you, maybe I can offer you a solution, or maybe I can't. Okay, so that's set the agenda. Then you start to explore with them. Okay, now to explore them, think of this, right? You've got heaven and hell, or you've got where they are right now and where they would like to be. Okay, and the difference between where they'd like to be is their desired destination, and where they are right now, if they've got a problem at all, it could be their hell. Excuse the terms I'm using there, right? But first of all, the question you ask them, tell me something. Where are you today? Tell me about this. Tell me about where you are and what's stopping you from changing where you are. And you dig deep and you keep asking questions about this. And when they answer your question, because you're listening and you're taking notes, right? And you ask permission to take notes as well. When you do this and you hear from them where they are right now, what is their challenge, their pain point, their pleasure, their desire, whatever it may be, whatever they answer to you, you simply say, please tell me more. Expand on that. I need to understand a bit more. What do you mean by this? So you get them to not just dig more, but you get them to feel their pain. You get them to sit in their pain. That is critical, because this sales conversation you're having has to have an emotional basis to it, not a logistical basis, an emotional basis. And you've got to make sure your potential client is not just sharing with you on the surface level, but you are digging deep with them and you are showing care, you are showing interest, because you want to help them, but at the same time you are making them sit in their pain. This is very critical, okay? Because what you're trying to do is identify the gap between where they are right now and their desired destination of where they want to be. All right, so you find out where they are right now, all warts and all their hell factors, so to speak, right? And find out what's stopping them from making any movements in there. Then, and only then, you've identified, right? And you could say something like this, another open-ended question. You could say, tell me what you think is your biggest problem. Let's say they've given you 3 or 4 pain points, right? Which is the biggest one? Which is the most important one to you? Is it A or B or C? Okay. And then tell me why A is more important than B or C is more important than A. Tell me why. I need to truly understand, and I want to really appreciate where you're coming from. So you're pushing a bit more. And then once you've got that and they've identified that B, for example, is their number one factor, you say to them this: how long have you been putting up with that? How long have you been putting up with that challenge, that pain point, that problem? And really think a bit more for me. What has stopped you from solving that pain problem? What has stopped you? And you listen and you take notes, as I've said before. And then whatever they say, you make sure you confirm back. Tell me again. I'll use another example. Janet, okay? Tell me again, Janet, am I right in understanding that your number one pain point, your number one challenge right now is A, B, and C? Am I correct in that? And the reason why it's important to you is X, Y, and Z. Am I correct in that as well? Okay, you are confirming back to them using their words. This is critical, using their words to make sure that you showing them, you didn't just listen to them, but you were interested in them and you took notes in them and you appreciate where in the hell they are. This is the key point, okay? Then what you do is this. You say, I may have a suggestion to you. Would you be interested in it? Now, at that point or some other point, they might be raising all sorts of objections. And in a 15-minute video, I haven't got time to go through how to solve all the objections. I can't do that. But at the end of this video, I've got a call to action for you. And if you're interested, that'll help you with that fact. All right. So hang in there with me. So you identify and you help them overcome whatever their objections are. And the main point here is to be transparent. The main point here is to be totally honest and have integrity. In other words, put on the table what are the potential objections they may have. They may start with the how and the what and the why and the where and the which, all that stuff, right? And it may be the pricing, whatever it is. You be prepared to put it all on the table and be honest with them. Don't walk away from that. Don't be shy from the fact that people might say to you, oh, look, it could be X, okay? I can't make a decision because of Y or whatever. And really you just go trying to find out what's stopping them from making a decision, because what you're doing is you're not trying to sell them. This is so important. You're not trying to sell them. What you're trying to do is help them make the best buying decision for them, right? That's what you're trying to do, to help them make the best buying decision. Now, that may or may not include your solution. If it includes your solution, excellent, because by actually taking them through this process of the heaven and the hell, right, of where they are now and where they want to be, and showing that you understand them and showing that you appreciate them, you are perfectly positioned as an authority that they'll be thinking, wow, this person really understands me. This person seems to really know where I'm on. And you positioning yourself not just as an authority, but as an interested person who can help them. Because you've been there and done that. Otherwise, you couldn't have answered the type of questions, all right? So this is important to you. So you offer your solution and you help them do this. Now, key point. Question you could ask just before that point would be this. Look, if our meeting achieved what you hoped to achieve, okay, tell me something. What would it look like? Okay, if our meeting today achieved what you hoped to achieve, what did it look like? Share with me, okay? What this is doing is, one, confirming that either A, they may be a client of yours, or two, where they were thinking of going and how you missed. And that is an educational thing for you, because remember, there's no such thing as failure. It's just feedback. Remember that. A very important statement, okay? Key point. So there you go. There's my thoughts about how to have a perfect sales conversation, not sales call, all right? Now, to finish with, here's my call to action. If you're interested and you have some hang-ups in any way, shape or form with sales conversations, I have a video and audio that's called Essential Objections Secrets. If you're interested, send me a personal message and I'd be very happy to share it with you. In the meantime, I wish you all the very best with your sales conversations. And if I can help you in any way, reach out and talk to me. That's what I'm here for. Okay? All the very best from Thailand. Talk to you next time. Okay? Bye for now.